think by now we're just playing like xylophone on the ribs of the skeleton of the
I
horse.
think we might be, yes.
Yeah, so I would like to just shift gears quickly. And would you like to hear a bad hot take? Because as I often do, I've been trawling the internet for bad takes for us to talk about on the podcast. And I've got one here that I think is just going to elicit a very specific response from you. Hopefully in the form of just a noise for the audio listeners. I'm going to read out just the title of a thread here. And just feel free to react, just like initially, with just a noise that gives away your mood, and then we can discuss it further. So, is Animal Crossing New Horizon as bad and incomplete as a lot of people say that it is? Question mark.
Oh, no. Like, what? I've never even heard this take before.
That's the thing. That is the layers of that take, isn't it? It's not that. Is Animal Crossing incomplete? It's like, is it as incomplete and bad as people? So presumably, and I've never heard, like yourself, I have never heard anyone say anything bad about that game. I have only heard complete, just unwavering praise for it.
Like, the only issues that I've heard and commonly brought up are like, oh, well, if you want to play online with multiple people, like, having to watch every person, like, come in and out of your island is a ball ache, and the menus take a while to get through. Like, I've never heard it's a really awful and incomplete game. Like, there is so much crammed into that fucker.
I was about to say, one of the few things I know about that game is that it is so difficult to complete your collection because it is intended to be collected over the course of an entire year because it has actual seasons built into the game where some of the things you can collect can only be caught in certain seasons.
And even month to month there'll be a list of here's like the bugs and fish coming in and out of rotation because that's when those bugs are active in real life.
And there is an entire like museum that you can fill up with animals and fossils, and then there's an entire island, and there's like hundreds, or is it like just nearly 100 villagers?
There's like hundreds of villagers, not 100. Like, then there's also thousands of items with variations, and it's like, oh, that game is crammed. And then there's like free events, free seasonal events, free seasonal updates to the game. Like, they're still building upon it, and that is one game I cannot understand how you could call that incomplete.
Is it as bad as incomplete as a lot? And the thing is, though, this isn't a headline on like IGN. This is a forum post.
Yeah.
So this isn't somebody trying to be contrarian on like a website to get clicks on their article. This is a genuine complaint because like the actual thread is just a guy saying, oh yeah, I've heard a lot of people say it's bad, and then everyone like, you fucking moron, what are you talking about?
Like, sorry, what? Like,
yeah.
Okay. The Nightmare Bunny does exist, but he's no longer, it's no longer Easter. We don't have to worry about Zipper for another year. But the game's so fucking good.
It's so dense as well, from my understanding. But just that thing of just, is it as bad? It's like, no, it's not.
No. Like, there's a reason that millions, like dozens of millions of people have spent the last year in quarantine just inside that game.
Because it's so fucking good. And one of the reasons I don't have it is I'm scared. I'm scared that it would become my new forever game, like Monster Hunter did.
The thing is, like, I feel like I haven't played that game very much compared to a lot of people I know with the game. And I've got my Switch right behind me, like you can see it on the camera. So I'm going to grab it and see how many hours I have logged in compared to the very small amount of time I've put in.
Okay, yeah, I'm curious about this as well. Is my Switch behind me? No, it's not. My Switch is in my bedroom. So I was going to do the same thing with Monster Hunter, but I don't think I'll be able to do that without leaving the room and making a bunch of mess and noise.
So Stitch is no longer playing on the Switch, I'm afraid.
Okay, so Stitch's Switch is gone. What we got?
So I'm going on to my profile now.
Also, this is a great feature. I want more games to have this, or more systems to tell you how many hours you play with a specific game.
So, I've played Animal Crossing New Horizons for 220 hours or more.
So, Lucas, an incomplete game.
A very incomplete game. And as I said, I feel like compared to the amount I've seen other people consume that game around me, I know, for example, my girlfriend Jenna has got at least 500 hours in that game. And I'm just like, I can't understand how you could call a game where you can like live in that world for that long and go, yeah, incomplete game.
Because that's the thing where I mentioned, I think the last time we streamed, I mentioned that I played Monster Hunter, and Monster Hunter Rise does not have an end game. It does not have just an end of the game.
They added some new stuff yesterday.
Yesterday,
right?
Which I'm going to be checking out soon, probably tonight or tomorrow when I'm like, just, when COVID's kicking my ass.
And kick the monster's ass while you're getting kicked it.
And
by
when
COVID.
that happened to me, I looked at my playtime and saw like 150 hours and went, yeah, I am a minority case for this happening, because presumably no one's going to get this far this quick, because they are bringing out the ending next month, but people were legit getting angry that, what do you mean I've played 250 hours and there's nothing else to do? It's like, you've got 250 hours of entertainment out of this game in less than a week. You're like, that's a good deal. You got your money's worth.
Really, really like screamed out to me as a veteran Destiny player of like, oh, the new content is out. Well, I've played solid for 2 weeks and I've played for hundreds of hours and now I've got nothing left to do. What the fuck, Bungie? Where's the game?
It's like it was a free update that you got like 400 hours of entertainment out of. What the fuck are you wrong with? What's wrong with you?
I do find it funny though that of all games to launch without an end game, and like, you know, the plan is, oh, we'll update it over time and give you an end game later when you've like when you're done with this content. It's like, Monster Hunter, really? Like, that is a dedicated ass fan base right there that is gonna plow through that game.
They have, yeah, and so have I. I've got, all I've done is, grind the end game monsters that exist at the moment. It's like, get equipment, presumably because the next few drops are going to be like, it's going to be just a huge step up in difficulty.
Yeah, presumably, and I saw as well, like, I don't know what this means, but I guess they put like an armored layer system in the new update, which means you'll have to like, presumably, spend more time grinding out monsters to get full sets of armor. It's
just so you can make your character look more distinct and unique.
That's what it sounded like, and that sounds appealing to me. 'Cause I don't know what that meant 100%, but I was like, that sounds like something I would enjoy getting put in the game, like more armored layers and stuff.
Anything to make your character look more distinct, I'm down.
100%. And like, I would like to get into Monster Hunter Rise.
No, you don't. Like, don't get into it, Lucas. It'll consume your life.
Well, that's the issue. Is I already have games that consume my life, and I'm playing like the start of Monster Hunter World slowly with some friends, but yeah, I think the one game that I'm going to stick end game wise with will be Destiny, but might be fun to like get through the campaigns and that.
Yeah, as someone who's played hundreds of hours of Monster Hunter, probably thousands at this point, like all in all, don't get into it. Because like if you're playing Destiny, you do not have time to play Monster Hunter.
That's the thing, isn't it? Because right now in Destiny, it's like, well, you've got like 6 weeks maybe at the end of the season where you've got a bit more of a lull, and you only need to hop in for like a few occasional bits unless you're really dedicated. So like, I feel like right now I could comfortably get into Monster Hunter, but then in like 2 weeks' time when the new Destiny update arrives, there's going to be like 2 months where I'm all back in on Destiny, and maybe I'd have to like figure out a system where I have like a roller coaster of Monster Hunter going into Destiny as like the updates go in and out of one another. Yeah,
and so sticking in that vein, Lucas, like what is like one of the more entitled things, or one of the more entitled things? Yeah, I got it right. That you've heard come out of the mouth of a video game player, a player of the video games. Because you mentioned like as a Destiny player, you've legit. So this is something you've legit seen Destiny 2 players complain about, that they've got hundreds of hours of entertainment out of the product, and they're like, but what the fuck?
On like a tri-monthly basis, because there's a new season roughly every 3 months, and after the first 2 weeks of content, that like argument swells back up, and like, I didn't get enough out of this game that I play every single day of my life, I'm going to complain on Reddit, and it's like, are you still playing the game every day of your life? Well, yeah,
of course
I'm still going to complain about it on Reddit. Fuck off.
It's like those legendary Steam reviews, isn't it? Like, it's okay, 5,000 hours on record.
I saw one getting spread around recently of like, 5,638 hours played of the game. Dislike this game, would not recommend.
that's obviously sarcastic. Those are great.
I don't know if that is, or whether it's the case of like a Destiny player where one new update has come out and they've gone, I don't like this change. Fuck this, I'm going to dislike it.
That is potential as well, because like maybe they don't realise that it shows how much they've played.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
but like,
one way or the other.
and for me, like I've been getting way, way deep into my Mortal Kombat. Like my Mortal, I like love Mortal Kombat 11. I've been like really getting into watching it as well because of all the companies of all the fighting game companies at least, NetherRealm fucking support the shit out of tournaments for their game.
Oh, yes.
There is at the moment there is like a ongoing Mortal Kombat series of tournaments that are being held worldwide. So they've been held in like different, like they've been held in the EU, East and West, the US, East and West, Latin America, and Oceania. It's pretty much the entire world, and there are like concurrent tournaments that are eventually going to come out in like a world tournament of like the best of the best of the best. And they are putting like thousands and thousands of dollars into that, and then every time there's like always like they'll always reach out to like smaller local tournaments, and they'll put their fucking money on it because you know what, we want more people playing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
we'll put our money where our mouth is, and just being in that world and the amount of people complain, like, yeah, but where is Combat Pack 3? It's like they've already released 20 extra characters for the game, including like getting the rights for RoboCop, Rambo, the Terminator, and all that bollocks. And then they've got those 3 characters into the game, and they look fucking flawless. Like they are like pitch perfect, like what their original source material is. And then they've got all these like fan extra characters, and they've all got like a bevy of new moves, like this variation system that lets every character play differently. There is at least 50 different costumes for every single character in the game. There are over like 2 hours of unique interactions between each character for every character. So there's like 40 hours of unique interactions, a full-fledged story mode. It's like, yeah, but where's Reptile? And it's like, fucking hell, how much more entertainment and support could this game... Like, how much more entertainment could you be getting from this game, and how much more support could the company be giving it, and you're still fucking bitching?
Oh, I mean, that reminds me of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate complaints. Of, like, we've literally brought every single fighter back, including all the third-party picks. We've got new third-party picks, like fucking Sephiroth in there.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, but where's Waluigi?
Yeah, we've got over one... How many hours of music are in Smash Bros. Now?
I want to say over 1,000 tracks of music in Smash Bros.
Yeah, there's over 1,000 tracks, all of which are phenomenal because like some of the, like they're all either super high quality, like original tracks from video games, or just phenomenal remixes using one of the best in-house bands I think belong to any studio out there.
Yeah, and it's like, for example, this is a bit of like a outlier in that case, but I guess like look at, for example, Terry Bogard, and like the fighter pack for Terry Bogard costs you like what $3.99, and it includes Terry Bogard the fighter himself from like Fatal Fury, King of Fighters, I think, like
his stage,
100% fight is King of Fighters stage, and then like 50 plus tracks, including like I think 19 original remixes made by like the Smash Bros. Orchestra.
So a full album, no, several albums worth of music. So a full album's worth of original music, and then several albums worth of just really fucking good SNK music.
And it's a catalogue of SNK music over the years as well. Like, and people, yeah, but I think we could get a bit more support for this game. Really, like, where's X character that's really like my favorite one? Like, where's Waluigi? Where's Gino? And I'm like, are you looking at this content and going, like, I need more? Like, how? I don't understand.
It's like every time that we play it on stream, someone will go, "Oh man, what character do you want added to it?" And our answer is always the same. And what is it, Lucas?
It's just, at this point, it doesn't really matter because I've got everything I want in this game anyway.
There are 80 characters already. What the fuck more can I ask for? Like, asking for anything else at this point just feels greedy.
And I checked the other day, and we've played, like, on my Switch, like, 7,000 matches of that game.
Yeah. It is the forever game.
Yeah. I don't care. Like, I've got 7,000 matches out of this one singular fighter. Like, I don't care who the next fighter is that they've added, because they've given me enough.
Yeah, anything they put in is just going to add more longevity to this video game that I'm going to play the absolute ever-loving shit out of for presumably the next several years.
Yeah, and every single Fighters Pass, as long as they want to put Fighters Pass out, I will buy it without knowing who it is, just to give them money for giving me this fucking game.
And, add more variety and just bullshit to the game, because every new character just adds a whole bevy of potential interactions that can happen in what is essentially one of the most comprehensive physics sandboxes in a video game since, Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah, because you got to think about the fact that every character has unique moves with unique properties that then have to interact with every other character's unique moves and unique properties. And there's 80 characters in the game.
Yeah.
And then you can add items into the mix. You can add up to 8 players into the fights. There's
Stages.
So fucking much going on.
And someone in my chat sums it up very succinctly. You've been streaming it for months. It's never the same stream. And ourselves, we have said, I say at least once per stream. Actually, we've streamed it, at least 50 times since lockdown began. That is something we have literally never seen before in the thousands of games that we played.
Yeah.
Almost every time we play the game, there is something brand new we have never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Due to an obscure interaction on a single stage that happens, and we can never replicate it because you can't replicate the series of things that led to that moment. It's fucking hell. And then be yeah, but where is Master Chief? It's he's fucking on his way. He's busy. He'll be in it eventually.
He's being in Fortnite, fucking hell.
Yeah, he's too busy drinking his fucking energy drinks.
Oh, God. I absolutely adore the fact that, Halo Infinite marketing just, they've clearly made deals throughout the past year, to come out over the past year.
In anticipation of...
And even, post-release, to keep pushing the game. And every couple of months you'll see, oh, this new Master Chief game, or this new Master Chief thing. I went into, the local shop and it was oh, here's a tube of Pringles with Halo
Master
Infinite
Chief on it.
Because I was just all right then.
That reminds me a little bit, my girlfriend, because when she went to Japan, she purposely grabbed as many things as she could that say on them Japan 2020 Tokyo Olympics.
Oh,
because you think eventually they're going to be collector's items.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Because it's the Olympics that never happened. So we've got a bunch of stuff just in the other room that's Tokyo Olympics 2020 on them. It's oh, no, it's not.
I love that shit. Yeah.
It's great. I was so gutted she couldn't get me a t-shirt. I wanted a t-shirt that's Tokyo 2020, an official one, but I couldn't find one.
That's the thing is, the money's already been put down to put all these things into production. And
it's already been
these
bought.
Things take fucking weeks and months and contracts to go through and blah, blah, blah. These are not things that you can simply go, shit, we've delayed the game or we've delayed the Olympics. Just stop. Nope, it's been done. It's too late.
These are things that took years to set in motion. It's very difficult to stop it. And if you do, it's going to cost more money than if you just put it out.
Yeah.
Because, you're not going to convince Pringles. We can still sell the Pringles. We don't care if, the code you put on them to redeem for Halo Infinite fucking double XP weekends isn't valid. That's your fucking problem. We'll just sell them for £1.
The thing is, Karl, you kind of annoyed me though, because I remember them saying that all those codes will be valid when the game comes out. And I didn't note down my Pringles code. God damn it. Missing out on whatever the fuck that Pringles code was.
Oh, man. The thing is I love about Pringles is that I like them so much I can't eat them. Because I know. And the thing is, when it comes to Pringles, it's dangerous for me because I know that the amount of them I would eat, I'd measure in feet and inches.